Yes.
Welcome to The Bubble. This is where I eat, I sleep, I work, and I repeat. That's what I do. But let's get rolling. I'm Richard Jefferson. This is the Sports Gap. You know that. You click play. I want to talk about athlete voices, the good, the bad, the ugly. But before I talk about that, we need to point out that some pundits have had a really tough 2020. The combination of no sports for a while and quarantine perhaps drove them to make some headlines themselves. At the top of the list of jackasses, this guy. Fortunately, I was appropriately reprimanded by my OG Scottie Pippen. No harm, no foul. But I wasn't the only one that's been feeling some heat recently. Skip Bayless was taken to task for questioning Dak Prescott's leadership as Dak spoke out about his mental health in the wake of his brother's suicide. Charlotte Hornets announcer, former announcer John Falk claimed his phone auto-corrected to the N-word when he was talking about the Nuggets. Come on, that's never ever happened, but it's fine, it's no big deal. And then there was Tom Brenneman, who was fired after one of the weakest home run calls in the history of baseball in the middle of his own apology.
I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again. From the bottom of my heart, I'm so very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run.
Why are they always men of faith in their apologies, but men of hate in their actions? His apology here came as a result of being caught on a hot mic saying this at the start of the broadcast.
The fag capitals of the world.
That's just aggressive. Your brain doesn't auto-correct to that. That's just not something that just happens. Clearly, Brenneman comes from the same school as Dan McNeil, who made this comment about ESPN's Maria Taylor's outfit while working Monday Night Football, stating that she appears to dress as the host for the Avian Awards. I'm not saying that I had to Google the Avian Awards. I'm not saying that I knew what the Avian Awards are, but I'm just going to say that that's inappropriate. But Taylor didn't need anyone to come to her aid. She fired back, calling out McNeil's sexist comments and misogyny in this tweet. Well, Danny dearest, if you would like to continue making sexist comments about me, please bring your misogyny with you to NBA Countdown doubleheader I'll be hosting tomorrow night. The week wasn't done though for Taylor. Half of Twitter attacked her when they found out that she didn't place Anthony Davis on her All-NBA ballot, and her colleague Doug Gottlieb questioned her credentials asking this: why does Maria Taylor even have a vote? He then answered his own question by saying there's no reason for her to have one. I don't think that's true. Maria, of course, clapped back because I played basketball. I covered the league. And players and pundits all came to her defense.
Maria Taylor's the one you want to come for.
Don't try her.
She ain't the one.
Sis.
Who told you that was a good idea? What bone in your body suggested that that might be the way that you want to live your life?
What we can't do is call foul and make it personal when no harm was done. AD still made first team All-NBA, no group of people were maligned, and Taylor justified her oversight as saying she just forgot about him, just like the Denver Nuggets did last weekend.
Trying to disrupt Rondo, he puts it in. Here's Davis, 4-3 in the win. Oh, it's good! Anthony Davis has won it for the Lakers!
My poor guy, Plumlee. I got you, Plumlee. You called switch. AD's presence on the Lakers likely played a part in LeBron James' lack of postseason honors. He got only 16 of 101 first-place votes for MVP, a fact that LeBron was sure to point out. 16 out of 101. Okay, cool. I got you. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, which brings us to our main story. For years now, and for the better part of 2020, the narrative around athletes using their platform to address social ills and get political has been crazy divisive. But now, I am declaring that narrative officially over, and the problem was solved by one of the unlikeliest of heroes, Colby Covington. Following his UFC victory last weekend, Covington decided to say this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the silent majority is ready to make some noise. If you thought that was a beating, wait till November 3rd when Donald Trump gets his hands on Sleepy Joe. That's going to be a landslide.
Okay, now I might not agree with his prediction, but I applaud his passion. I do, I really do. I support him. Because athletes should have the right to speak out about issues that are affecting them. Let's see what else he had to say.
Not these woke athletes, not these spineless cowards like LeBron James.
Everyone wants to take shots at the throne. Covington wasn't the only person trying to get LeBron's attention. Last week, Sheriff Alex Villanueva called on LeBron to double the reward for the officers that were tragically gunned down while sitting in their car. You might recognize Villanueva as the sheriff who is now being sued by Vanessa Bryant for covering up around his officers sharing photos of Kobe and the helicopter crash victims. But back to Mr. Covington.
It's the law enforcement who protect our communities and keep us safe. You know, all these athletes, you know, they use law enforcement for private security to make sure that they're safe. And now they want to vilify them. They want to talk about the 1% of the 1% of the bad times that they do. What about all the other good things? What about 9/11 when they rushed in and put their lives on life to save all those people? What about all the good things they do every single day?
Covington's press conference quickly drew the attention of some notable individuals. Congratulations to my friend Kobe Cub for destroying Woodley in the ring and doing it on behalf of the first responders, military, our police, and the great Donald Trump presidency. Great win and way to call out LeBron James for being a spineless athlete. Team America. Weird flex, but okay, Candace. Who else?
I appreciated the shout out tonight too. I'm your fan, you're my fan. You know, two of a kind.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I'm going to bring you the new belt to the Oval Office soon after you win November 3rd by a landslide.
You get that belt and you bring it in and I'll see you, man. We're rooting for you.
Can we finally lay the issue of athletes talking about more than just their sport to rest? It's clear that both political parties will use it to their advantage when they can. Athletes should be able to talk about things that are affecting their communities and cities because they care about what's happening in their country. They're expressing their frustrations because they believe that they can bring about positive change. Then again, Trump is also the same guy that said this. People are tired of watching the highly political at NBA basketball ratings are way down and they won't be coming back. I hope football and baseball are watching and learning because the same thing will be happening to them. Stand tall for our country and flag. But here are two things that the commander-in-chief is missing about the NBA. First, NBA players know that their message is not being well received by all and it's costing them money, and they're still willing to do it. Second, the NBA is a global sport, the second biggest sport in the world and still one of the fastest growing sports right behind pickleball. And look, pickleball, I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot of fun. This is all people do here. It's the one like positive activity. Outside the US, the Super Bowl and the NFL just aren't that huge. Shut up and dribble is really an American problem. When you realize the world's most popular sport, soccer, and its governing body FIFA started an anti-racism initiative in 2013. And the NBA is playing for this global stage. If there's any doubt about it, look at the 2019 award recipients. You had the Greek Freak winning the MVP. You had Luka winning the Rookie of the Year. He's from Slovenia. Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert from France. And the most improved player was Pascal Siakam from Cameroon. Growing the game can be very complicated, as basketball players recently found out in China. Look, last week, Ty Lawson posted this to his social media. Chinese woman got cakes on the low. Might switch up my stance soon. Laugh out loud, YOLO, I guess. And he found himself banned from the CBA for life. We all learned when we were young to be respectful when we enter someone else's home. The lesson is doubly true when you're a guest in another country. The NBA is playing in homes all around the world, and that means we must be sensitive to the people who don't only think like Americans. And for this reason, basketball has always had the most latitude to speak out on issues of inequality, especially when America has failed to live up to its promise. We have evidence of this in the Trayvon Martin situation and the Heat posing in hoodies. We can go back to the hippie era of Kareem and Bill Walton. Civil rights and social issues were just becoming front page news on the international stage. The difference is that athletes no longer have to go to the news to get the message out. There are no longer gatekeepers. LeBron James and Ronaldo both individually have more followers than the New York Times. This is why athletes have to speak out now and use their platforms to get the word out about the issues that are affecting their communities.
Nonviolence is what it's all about too. You know, we don't want anyone to be injured. We don't want anyone to be hurt. You know, my condolences goes out to the officers that were shot in Los Angeles. You know, and we want justice for that, as well as we want justice for Breonna Taylor and so on and so on.
We need to shut up and just embrace it. It doesn't matter whose side they're on, we just have to embrace it. There are times when athletes use their platform for good. There are times when they use their platform for something less than good. And then there are times when you're trying to use your platform for good, but somebody records you doing something that distracts from all the good that you're doing. When you've done this, and this, but then you're in the news because you're letting multiple people take video of you throwing up gang signs to a camera. Let me just say this. I'm not gonna sit up here and talk shit about the Bloods and Crips, but why, John Wall? Like, why? when so many athletes are in this bubble and so many of them are not here in order to fight social issues in our community. And we just have to remember that we are our brother's keepers, and we have to hold ourselves accountable to be the change that we want to see in the world. We have to be better. To help professional athletes be better in this ever-changing world and to not fuck up, we prepared a short video with the world-famous player life coach. Take a look.
Just got drafted, huh? Yeah. 80% of motherfuckers like this are screwed. Their whole career is gonna be ruined. But not this man if he watches my instructional videos called Don't Fuck This Up.
Wait, did my agent send you?
My instructional videos prepare rookies for a career in professional athleticism. Don't Fuck This Up is a 12-box DVD set.
What the fuck is a DVD?
Find out on my DVD what it is, and you too can avoid all of those crazy potholes and have a successful career in the NBA.
Man, I'm in the NFL.
Don't fucking matter, it's got a ball, it's all good, man.
Don't fuck this up. Call now and get the Trash Talk bonus DVD.
Sold yet?
Not really.
Great. These videos will help players prepare for all types of aspects of their professional career. How to hook an Xbox up to a hotel TV, proper uniform throwing, how to leak stuff to the media, the do's and don'ts of hanging out with rappers, how to avoid middle school teammates who want to still hang out, the art of condom flushing without clogging motel toilets, and finally, how to fire your agent in one call. Our videos get results. If you don't believe me, ask J.R. Smith.
It really puts things into perspective.
This is the instructional video that gets results.
But wait, there's more.
Like proper autograph signing.
What the fuck is that? I can read that.
How to sell a foul.
Foul.
Confident shot making.
On up the court. It went in. He's gone.
And mugging to the camera.
Lay up. Find the camera. Find that camera. Call now from your burner phone.
After I order these videos, I'm calling my agent.
Call right now.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll try and do better next time. I'm your host, Richard Jefferson. This is The Sports Gap.